I'm Rabia Khedr, the National Director of Disability Without Poverty, talking to you today from the traditional territories, most recently of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, or Mississauga, Ontario. Eternally grateful to the ancestors, to the original inhabitants of all these lands across Turtle Island that are gathering in this virtual space today, seeking disability justice. We are committed to truth, reconciliation, and the rights of people with disabilities here and everywhere. Today's symposium is a huge milestone. It is bringing together knowledge from lived experience and expertise. And we're really excited today, not only about the symposium, but the fact that this movement has brought forward the Canada Disability Benefit in 2025. We are launching our report card today. And before I talk about the report card, I would like to just introduce Disability Without Poverty a bit more. Well, when the government made the promise of a Canada Disability Benefit in the fall of 2020, people came together who had been doing work in this space across the country in pockets and said, hey, we need to do more. We need to build our capacity, we need to learn, and we need to build a movement if the system is to get the Canada Disability Benefit right, truly to lift disabled people out of poverty. So Disability Without Poverty as an organization was born in 2021. We had conversations through webinars and in-person and letter writing campaigns, postcard campaigns, lunch and learns, meetings with politicians, presentation of our research, op-eds in newspapers, and many media stories on radio and television. We rallied, we gathered, we spoke up about what disabled people need to see in the Canada Disability Benefit. And we began our original research piece around modeling data. Fast forward, we started to then ask questions, ran a survey, a questionnaire, in order to consult people who are often not consulted to give us their input, and produced our Shape the CDB report, or Disability with Possibility research report, that then we also shared with decision makers. We continued that journey that has brought us to this point. So we have the law, we have the regulations, we have the benefit, but it's just not enough. We gave input, we pushed for legislation. At the end of 2023, our first report card was launched with a grade to government of an I for incomplete, because we had the legislation, but we did not have the regulations or the budget or anything in place to move forward. In 2024, a year ago, we gave the government an F because they failed on delivering the benefit to people with disabilities. Here we are today. Today, some people have started to receive maybe up to $200 a month. Many are still struggling in poverty. Very few are even hitting the poverty line with a top-up benefit. We are giving the grade of a D to government today because the Canada Disability Benefit is there, it's available, but who's eligible for it? Who has access to it? Is it an adequate amount? There are many gaps in the benefit, honoring the original promise of lifting disabled people out of poverty. So a D is what we are presenting in our report card today and are offering to continue working with the system to bring forward the voices of disabled people to ensure that the improvements necessary to the accessibility of the benefit are there in place. We can start with cutting red tape, automatic enrollment into the benefit for people who have already jumped through all kinds of hoops through the disability tax credit barrier. So people have already jumped through all kinds of hoops to qualify for provincial benefits and other disability related specific programs where they have proven their disability through attestations and medical documentation. Well, why do we have to put them through that again? For so many, many reasons, we are creating unnecessary barriers. There's lots of room for improvement, and we know that if we work together with our government, we can make those improvements happen. Every one of us out there, riding by riding, putting our lived experience forward, telling our stories, no matter how tired we are doing this over and over again, we need to continue doing this so that our views and voices are heard and reflected in good social policy in this country. We know that when times are tough, able-bodied Canadians in positions of power get tougher on disabled people and the programs and services that support them. We cannot be ignored if we voice our needs. There is so much more data to explore and learn from. There is so much more information that we have incorporated in terms of lived experience in this report card, hearing from disabled people through our online survey, through conversations, etc. Explore the report card further, learn more, learn from today's symposium, and let's continue doing this work together to bring the promise of lifting disabled people out of poverty to reality. Because housing costs are on the rise and continue to be a barrier to accessible and affordable housing. Because employment opportunities are often not available or accessible to people with disabilities depending on the extent of their disabilities. Because there are barriers to transportation. Because there's a lack of good food. There are so many factors contributing to the experience of poverty for disabled people that need to be addressed and that need to contribute to robust social policy that results in a stronger Canada disability benefit that lifts disabled people out of poverty. We're going to learn a lot more today, explore a lot more today, and we are going to continue doing this work into 2026 through research, monitoring, and building community capacity. Stay tuned to what grade we will give government in December 2026 and join us in this journey toward making life better for all of us. Together, we definitely can, and we know that gathering here may not be the best way for us to learn and grow, but for many of us, this is what is accessible through our home, through our desk, through our office, through our laptop, tablet, phone. This is the best way for us to come together and learn and experience. It may not be accessible to everyone, but we are doing our best to make it accessible for as many as possible. We are in it together. Nothing about us without us.